1971. Harry Smith, NBC News.
And that's Nightly News for this Monday. Thank you for watching, everyone. I'm Lester Holt. Please take care of yourself and each other. Good night.
Having 2 new coaches is a game changer.
You could do well with Chance the Rapper.
Oh my God!
I didn't know you could do that!
Playing dirty tricks.
What?
I'm damn proud of you.
The Voice premieres tonight, 8/7 Central on
In the market to build a new home or vacation property? What a better time to check out North Country Homes and come to our open house March 24th through the 26th. Talk with our factory builders, contractors, and meet with the North Country Home team. With over 20 models to choose from, you'll be sure to find a home that fits your needs. Our homes have level of detail and quality that have been surpassing expectations for over 50 years. Find your new home at North Country Homes.
Tribute Brewing, Airport Road to Bluebird Road, Eagle River.
Straight ahead, a local school district is prioritizing mental health. We'll have a look at how the program's helping students.
Plus, Governor Evers was in Rhinelander today talking about the budget. We'll explain his plans for expanding child care options.
And a veteran is celebrating a major milestone. We'll have the details as your local news starts right now.
News Watch 12 with Dan Hagan, Jessica Jukic, and Jeff Weller.
Good evening and welcome to News Watch 12 at 6. I'm Jessica Jukic.
And I'm Dan Hagan. The United States is experiencing a teenage mental health crisis right now. Since 2009, the share of American high school students who say they have persistent feelings of sadness rose from 26% to 44%.
But with that, conversations about mental health are becoming more accepted. An area high school is raising awareness by sending positive messages. News Watch 12's Nick Van Zyl was in Merrill today and has more. Nick?
Thanks, Jessica. The Wisconsin chapter of the National Alliance on Mental Illness started a youth movement in recent years called Raise Your Voice. Students at the Merrill High School Club have embraced it and are using their voice to spread positivity throughout the district.
Hey guys, good morning.
Starting the day off right can be as simple as seeing a smiling face.
It's just a way to promote positivity and kindness throughout our community.
Raise Your Voice is a student club in Merrill High School that promotes mental health awareness. Reggie Lady is the vice president, and she, along with other members of the club, went to Kate Goodrich Elementary this morning to give students a positive message to begin their week.
It's mental health awareness throughout our community, and I mean, that starts at a lower level always. We're not necessarily here to tell them about their mental health, but it never hurts to give them like a positive way to start their day.
Students were greeted by the high schoolers and given a small poster with a positive message.
Last month we gave out little pencils that like different colored pencils, and like a few months ago we had bracelets, we had stickers, and just a lot of cool stuff.
Their advisor is Allie Libby, and she said the club intentionally chose younger generations to set a good example.
Younger kids really look up to the high school kids, so when they see them in the morning, greeting them, they think it's really cool.
Principal Soberg has noticed her students looking forward to Mental Health Mondays.
It's all those little things that we say over time that really just give them that message to help them have that confidence.
Confidence that club members like Reggie are hoping to give students.
Wish I could tell every one of these kids that no matter what, keep that smile.
Teachers say they've seen the negative stigma around mental health disappear as more students talk about it.
What a great program. Thank you, Nick. Well, we've had some snow throughout the day, Jeff. It's been beautiful out there.
Over 5 inches of snow today. We're about done with this system, though.
But pretty wet snow. It seems like we're kind of hanging around the freezing mark.
Yeah, highs near 40 tomorrow. We're going to melt some more snow throughout the afternoon. Let's go outside now and check on downtown Rhinelander, where the roads are just fine. Sidewalks are okay, too. But overall, we're going to have temperatures fall back below freezing tonight. So look for slippery spots tomorrow morning, as those areas will freeze up once again. But today, here goes the snow, right? So it's out of here, moving toward the east, about 35 miles per hour. There's still some flurries flying under the radar up in here, but overall, this event is winding down. We were in a drying out mode. Actually, partly cloudy skies tonight will give us those cool temperatures when some low temperatures back in the upper teens. Visibility, though, is improving across the region now as the heavier snow pushes that way. Behind it, looking pretty good over here. That's moving our way for tomorrow and also for Wednesday and for Thursday before our next weather system gets in here later on Thursday. Temperatures right now, though, even freezing in lots of places, right? Rhineland, Arborvitae, Eagle River. We'll have lows tonight, though, basically in the upper teens, so be careful out there tonight. Our forecast ends tonight, though, looking at partly cloudy skies to mostly cloudy skies. A couple of flurries left over with low temperatures down near 17. Your full forecast is coming up. Dan?
A leading financial company says America's credit rating could get downgraded. Fitch Ratings made that comment today. It says the political back and forth on whether to raise the debt ceiling or to default on it could lead to a downgrade. Now, America currently has near perfect credit, but Fitch says that rating is not based on the country's finances. The U.S. dollar is the reserve currency globally, and investors treat U.S. treasuries as risk-free assets. House Republicans say they won't raise the debt ceiling until the president agrees to spending cuts.
The Stevens Point Police Department recovered the body of a missing University of Wisconsin Stevens Point student. Authorities say 20-year-old Cole Peterson went missing at 2 a.m. Saturday morning. Law enforcement and the Stevens Point Fire Department used a drone to search where his phone last pinged just west of Pfeiffer Park. Authorities found one set of shoe prints in the snow walking near open water. Sunday morning, divers searched near the area and found Peterson's body in the Wisconsin River. Police are investigating but do not believe foul play was a factor. In Wisconsin, the legislature's Joint Finance Committee writes a new budget every 10 years. But that didn't stop Governor Evers from releasing his budget proposal.
One part of that 2-year cycle is investing in child care. The governor stopped by Tiny Tykes Daycare in Rhinelander today. They received more than $33,000 through the Child Care County program. Ivers wants to make that pandemic-era program permanent in the next budget. He hopes Republicans on the Joint Finance Committee will see it the same way.
Republicans realize how important it is for our economy. If people want, if a family wants, a mother and father want to work in the workplace and support their kids, they need to have child care. And that is obviously an important thing.
Governor Evers also talked about how his proposed middle-class tax cuts would help working families afford child care.
The vast majority of Wisconsinites will get a tax cut. We're looking at the middle class, which is obviously the most people in the state of Wisconsin. And if they have a better plan for child care, let them bring it up. And I think we're in a good position to make a large investment in child care in the state of Wisconsin. And if they feel it's too expensive, let's have a plan.
For taxes, state Republicans have proposed a flat tax, which would provide the biggest tax cut for the richest Wisconsinites. Coming up, another train derails in Ohio as residents are still cleaning up the first.
And a water ski club is preparing for its upcoming season. That's After Weather with Jeff, right here on Newswatch 12.
Dan Kelly won't keep our community safe. As a lawyer, Kelly defended child sex predators who posed as ministers in order to prey on vulnerable young girls. They lured young children to locations they believed to be safe, only to sexually assault and molest them. And Dan Kelly defended those monsters. Do you want someone like that on the Supreme Court? Dan Kelly, an extremist who doesn't care about us.
Having 2 new coaches is a game changer.
You could do well with Chance the Rapper.
Oh my God!
I didn't know you could do that!
Playing dirty tricks?
What?
I'm damn proud of you.
The Voice premieres tonight, 8/7 Central on NBC.
Man your battle station.
I had leapt into the middle of a war.
Multiple surface contacts.
And that is my father.
You're about to get your men killed.
This is insane!
Quantum Leap, tonight on NBC.
Yes, I'm a smoker. And yes, I'm aware I should quit. I get pressure from everyone I love and everything around me.
Smoking is really, really bad for you.
Yet sometimes that pressure alone is enough to make me want to light up.
The Wisconsin Tobacco Quit Line. No judgments, just free help and medications. Without the lectures, call the Wisconsin Tobacco Quit Line at 1-800-QUIT-NOW.
See the exceptional selection of jewelry at Golden Carat Jewelers. Artistic handmade jewelry by Michu and Bella Trois. Fashion-forward designs by Mira T. and Frederick Sage. The latest trends and the forever classics from Facet Barcelona, Catan, and more. your full-service jewelry store in downtown Minocqua. Golden Carrot Jewelers has a surprise for everyone.
I'm with Paul Delahunt, president of Renewal by Andersen. So, Paul, how do you know your Fiberx window is going to hold up over time?
Well, Dean, is the full-service replacement division of Andersen. Longevity's in our DNA. But last year, we conducted a long-term durability study. After 2 decades, our windows were as easy to open and close as the day they were installed.
If you're looking for a replacement window solution that's going to last, look no further than Renewal by Andersen.
Call now to schedule your free in-home consultation and take advantage of this limited-time offer. Renewal by Andersen, the better way to a better window.
Well, this is the week we spring forward on Sunday, but you know, spring forward, typically warmer temperatures around, not so much. Here's the outlook for the rest of March, really. It keeps the Midwest and the Great Lakes and the South all below average in temperatures. So if you wanted a big warm up quickly, that's not going to happen this year with temperatures hanging out near or slightly below average through at least the end of March. Okay, out there for us today, the average high now is 34. We're at 32 right now in Rhinelander, 31 for Leona, 34 for Point. So it's, comfortable out there and just near freezing. We're going to fall back below freezing tonight, and that is going to refreeze everything that melted outside today. Now, looking around town here, here's the story, right? We have winter over here with temperatures in the single digits today across the Dakotas. Meanwhile, here's spring across really parts of Indiana and Illinois with temperatures in the 50s as close by as Chicago today. Between the two, you get a little fight going on, right? So winter and then spring, and then overall, that's where we are in Wisconsin today with that light snow across our area. Now, it's been really light snow, but it's been adding up, right? We had 5.6 inches here in Rhinelander today. A few higher amounts as you go north, lesser amounts as you go south. But overall, this thing did what it was supposed to do across our area. It's pushing off to the east of us now. See you later. Behind it, there's still a couple of flurries flying in here, but overall, we are in a drying out trend for tonight and throughout the day tomorrow and pretty much into Thursday night before our next weather system gets in here then. And overall, though, the roads are okay now and so are the sidewalks because we had a little bit of sunshine getting through today, that higher sun angle here now in March. So the pavement areas were just fine with the heated areas there. But overall, these back roads are still kind of snow-packed, so look for lots of slippery spots by tomorrow morning as temperatures dip down below freezing once again. All right, so here we go. So here are the top 4 March snowfalls. You're thinking, well, why is he putting this up there? Well, the top one is 17, 15, 12, 11. You get the idea. I put this up here because we have another system on the way. It's going to get here late Thursday into Friday. Now, we're likely not going to break any records, but there are some signs now that this thing could slow down, meaning it could sit over us for late Thursday, throughout the day Friday, into Saturday. If that happens, we could get some pretty good snowfall amounts out of it. But for now, it's hitting parts of California. They keep getting storm after storm after storm there. That's the energy coming our way for later Thursday into Friday, likely making a pretty good system across the plains, into the Midwest, into the Great Lakes. Here comes that system now right there. You see it? And it's going to move in our direction for late Thursday into Friday and kind of sit over us. If that happens, again, the snowfall amounts could be pretty good around here on Friday. And then back behind that, there's more, right? So there's system after system moving our way. Quite an energetic pattern across the U.S. right now. Our forecast then for tonight, though, is light snow and flurries ending. If they already haven't ended where you are, look for low temperatures down near 17. So whatever is slushy or wet out there now and not treated will likely refreeze tonight with a north breeze around 5 to 10. For tomorrow, it's Tuesday. We're going to bring back some sunshine, and that higher sun angle here in March will make temperatures near 40 feel like spring tomorrow, especially with hardly any wind throughout the afternoon. That northeast breeze around 5 to 10. And then looking ahead, your 7-day forecast by Northwest Furniture and Mattress keeps us quiet tomorrow. Again, near 40 on Wednesday. 35-ish on Thursday. Okay, Thursday night into Friday, we got to watch that. And Friday is going to be the messy day around here with snow. That snow could be locally heavy. That will linger into early part to Saturday. Of course, our clocks go forward 1 hour on Sunday. And then next week looks cooler with temperatures hanging out in the 20s. Dan and Jessica.
A second Norfolk Southern train derailed near Springfield, Ohio over the weekend, a little over a month after another train derailed carrying toxic materials in East Palestine.
A shelter-in-place order was lifted Sunday morning after no hazardous materials were found on the 212-car train. But one Ohio senator says he's not satisfied with the company's latest response. Isabel Rosales has the latest.
This derailment, as all derailments, will be fully investigated and the findings will be turned over.
Dramatic video showing the moments a Norfolk Southern train derailed in Clark County, Ohio, Saturday. The crash prompted a temporary shelter-in-place order for those living 1,000 feet from the derailment. No injuries were reported.
There was like a loud slam noise, and that's when I started noticing all the debris and all the gravel.
20 of the 212 cars derailed, with 4 tankers containing non-hazardous materials, according to Springfield Township Fire Chief Dave Mangle. Crews from Norfolk Southern, the EPA, and a Clark County hazmat team examined the crash site Saturday night.
With 4 tankers identified with non-hazardous materials, 2 tankers contained residual amounts of diesel exhaust fluid, and the other 2 tankers contained residual amounts of polyacrylamide water solution.
Officials determined the derailment was not in an area with a protected water source and did not pose a risk to the public water system or private wells. Meanwhile, Ohio Senator Sherrod Brown says while other state officials seem to be pretty satisfied with the company's response, he is not.
I'm not entirely satisfied because I want to know there are some sort of remnants of something that might have been in those cars. Those cars were mostly empty, but I want to know if there are any contaminants sort of left in those mostly empty cars.
The latest derailment in Ohio comes as crews are still working to clear the toxic wreck of another Norfolk Southern train in East Palestine, more than 200 miles away. I'm Isabel Rosales reporting.
While the ice may not be thawed yet, one Northwoods Water Ski Club isn't letting that keep them from starting their work on their upcoming season.
On top of buying 2 new boat engines and replacing equipment, skiers are training. Over the weekend, 5 members attended a national conference called Think Tank in the Wisconsin Dells at Chula Vista Resort. The event welcomed clubs from all over the country with 470 attendees. Keith Hansi drives a boat for the Quahamets, who wants to improve his skills for the upcoming season.
How the bigger shows pull acts and what speeds they pull them at, different angles, bringing people into shore. And that was my biggest takeaway and what drivers are looking for.
Clubs had the opportunity to collaborate with one another with nearly 70 instructors. Judges and USA water ski officials were also there to share the latest rule changes for competitions.
Knowing, hey, these are the new rules. This has changed. You can't do this anymore. You can't do that. It helps us get ready for those tournaments and not at the last minute trying to implement something we've been doing for 2 months.
Hansi adds that unlike other sports where teams hide their tricks, ski clubs aren't afraid to share them. The Quahamets plan to open their season on Memorial Day weekend. A veteran is celebrating a milestone surrounded by family and friends.
And a winter competition with a twist. We'll see how skiers were horsing around over the weekend.
I absolutely feel that Tiger Lily is getting a great education with RBA. She is challenged and she's not bored. She enjoys her classwork.
I love the teachers. The teachers are the best part. My teachers are very friendly and they're easy to reach out to when you need help with the assignments. The teachers are always there when you need help.
What I love about RVA is the flexibility first, but second is that Tiger Lily is so happy with this school, with her teachers, and with what she's learning. It's awesome.
At Len's Truck, we've made the buying experience fast and easy. All our trucks are guaranteed clean, certified, can be bought hassle-free online, and can be delivered right to your door. It's our way of saying thanks to our past and future customers for the last 35 years. And when you buy a Len's Truck, know that you're buying the best used truck money can buy. Go now to lenstruck.com. You'll find over 800 used trucks, all priced to move. Go now to lenstruck.com.
Len's Truck. The 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline is here and ready to help. Anyone in Wisconsin can call, text, or chat to get connected to a trained 988 counselor. Trained counselors are here to support anyone experiencing a suicidal, mental health, or substance use crisis. You can also contact 988 if you're concerned about someone. 988 is confidential and free to all Wisconsin residents. 988 24/7. Call, text, chat. Here to support you.
That spin class was brutal. I bet. Hey, can I use Apple CarPlay to put some music on? Sure. It's wireless. What's your Buick's Wi-Fi password?
It's Buick Envision. That's a really tight spot. I used to hate parallel parking.
Me too.
The Buick Envision, built around you, all of you.
Get 3.9% APR for 5 years and no monthly payments for 90 days. Plus, current eligible non-GM owners get $750 purchase allowance on Buick Envision models.
Menards is your lighting headquarters. We have a great selection of lights from top brands, including Good Earth Lighting. Good Earth light fixtures are eco-friendly and super efficient, saving you money on your next electric bill. Get a light that complements your unique style, has cutting-edge and innovative features, or helps you with your home projects. Pick up this 45-inch 10,000-lumen LED shop light for $29.99 after sale price and 11% rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
At Eagle Floor Covering in Eagle River, we have a knowledgeable staff, competitive pricing, and free estimates. Browse our selection of carpet, vinyl, wood, and tile for your next home project.
Usually ski joring involves a dog, but a competition in Colorado this weekend involved a much bigger four-legged friend. The Colorado mountain town of Leadville hosted its annual ski joring and crystal carnival this weekend. It's a unique spectacle to see. It involves someone riding a horse down a snowy street at high speeds, but they're not alone. Behind them, attached by a rope, is a skier, and that skier has to grab rings along the race course and navigate 8-foot jumps. Some skiers reached speeds of 40 miles per hour.
He's a doctor and a World War II Navy veteran. And now a Connecticut man has another feat to celebrate, turning 100 years old. Dr. Harold Batt was a practicing radiologist until just a few years ago, and he isn't slowing down anytime soon.
I'm 100 years old today, and I feel great.
His 100th birthday happened to coincide with the annual centenarian celebration at Jewish Senior Services in Bridgeport, Connecticut on Sunday. Batt was joined by 13 others celebrating their 100th birthdays. Happy birthday to all of them. We'll be back with one final check of the forecast.
Been daydreaming of campfires or time on the water? Start your summer plans by joining Schroeder's RV and Marine at their 28th annual open house, March 31st, April 1st, and 2nd. They have over 300 boats and campers available. Shop the best deals on the best brands at the biggest RV and Marine dealer in the North Woods. Join us at Schroeder's RV and Marine for the 28th annual open house, March 31st, April 1st, and 2nd. See you there.
A convicted felon kidnapped and raped a 15-year-old girl, abducting her off the street in broad daylight. Judge Janet Protasewicz could have sentenced him to 20 years. Instead, she put him back on our streets.
What detractors would say is you having been soft on a violent sexual crime.
I would say that that's ridiculous. Judge Protasewicz puts our families at risk, and putting her on our Supreme Court, that's what's ridiculous. Fair Courts America is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Oh no, I think I lost my debit card.
Okay, don't panic.
Don't panic, we're in a mall. Some stranger's probably tapping new shoes, tapping a washer-dryer combo, just tapping everything in sight.
It's okay, just tap your phone. With BMO, you can use your phone to freeze and unfreeze a lost card.
I can?
And you can always get a new card instantly at a BMO branch.
I got my tap back.
You ever seen someone this excited about a debit card before?
Oh, yeah. Not this excited.
When a bank gives you instant peace of mind, that's the BMO effect.
There's no way to count the number of sandwiches you've packed over the years. Hard to imagine this day would come. Yeah, there's still the same fields, the same roads, the same hard work. But now they're in someone else's hands. And you couldn't be more proud of who you're handing the farm to. No matter what the future holds, Ag Country is here to help you plan ahead.
I was on my tractor mowing some trails on my property and had an accident. I lost one leg below the knee and one leg above the knee. Yeah, and I was out of commission. I was in the hospital for a month when Shai called me. We just hit it off from the very beginning, and that was, really comforting to have. I would definitely recommend Shai. Working with him ever since and learning how to walk again.
Why wait another day? Let's take the next step together towards a better life.
The whole winter, I prepare for the Birkebeiner. You guys heard me talk about it. But now that it's over, It's kind of tough, right?
You were saying that there's a void. There's something
Yeah,
missing.
I didn't have that goal to look forward to. Thankfully, there was an event at Monaco Winter Park that made things a little easier for me. And it was a fun event. We can take a look at the pictures now. This is the Loopy Loppet at Monaco Winter Park. And you might be able to see which one's me. People are supposed to... Yeah, that's it. That's me again. So I dressed up.
Wait, are you missing some clothes?
Well, I'm a basketball player. The idea is you wear costumes. So some people had a little more creative costumes, but I didn't have much to work with since I don't have many things.
And a minion?
There's the Minions. There was a Darth Vader guy. But I had an old basketball jersey.
Mr. Dan. Well played.
That was fun. I skied 12 kilometers.
With your aviator sunglasses.
It was a good time.
That park's like your mothership. I know you love it over there. That's just a place you hang out. Okay, they're getting more snow. They got more snow today, about 5 inches here in Rhinelander. That snow is now coming to an end, and we're going to have a quiet couple days around here until some more weather gets in here late Thursday and Friday. Let's go outside now and check on the radar. And there's the last edge of the snow pushing into, well, far eastern parts of Wisconsin, moving into parts of Michigan. So we're done with this one. A couple of flurries left over. The bigger picture now changes to cold temperatures tonight, basically lows in the teens. That's going to freeze everything up. Everything's slushy or wet today, not treated. Will be kind of really slippery by tomorrow morning. As we're going back below freezing now at 32 in Rhinelander, and the sun is set too. That makes a difference, of course, here in March. And then overall going forward, so a nice day tomorrow, up to 40. We're going to melt some snow tomorrow and Wednesday and Thursday. We got to watch late Thursday, Friday into Saturday. A slow-moving system could bring us some snow then.
Thank you, Jeff. Yeah. I'm loving those high 30s, thanks. We'll see you back here at 10. Have a good night.
Mr. Food Test Kitchen is brought to you by Golden Carrot Jewelers.
Every year there seems to be a vegetable that, for one reason or another, becomes the new go-to favorite. Yup, the same smothered with cheese sauce cauliflower that many of us grew up with is now prepared in all sorts of new ways. If you've never tried it roasted, you're missing out. You see, roasting it with a bit of olive oil in a hot oven brings out its natural sugar and allows the edges to get all crispy. Or